Welcome to Mad Matt's Radio Roundup. I'm Big Sandy. I'll be in the studio today. Let's rock and roll.
Oh, yeah. Mad Matt's Radio Roundup, and we are starting things today for you with Big Sandy back in studio, starting right now with some more music for you to get your morning started right. Flying Saucer, Part 1 and 2.
We interrupt this record to bring you a special bulletin. The reports of a flying saucer hovering over the city have been confirmed. The flying saucers are real.
Real when I feel what my heart can't conceal.
That was the Clatters recording Too Real. We switch you now to our on-the-spot reporter downtown.
Come on, baby, let's go downtown.
Take it away, John Cameron.
This is John Cameron downtown. Pardon me, madam. Would you tell our audience what would you do if the saucer were to land?
Duck back in the alley.
Thank you. And now the thin gentleman there.
What I'm gonna do is hard to tell.
The gentleman with the guitar. What would you do, sir?
We'll just take a walk down Lonely Street.
Thank you. I return you now.
This is Brad, your outer space disc jockey, with a request for Earth.
Earth angel.
That was the Pelicans Outer Space recording Earth. I've just been handed a bulletin. The flying saucer has just landed. We switch you again downtown.
Here we are again. We have with us Professor Sir Cedric Fentingmold of the British Institute. The professor is approaching the saucer to see if there's possibly any sign of life aboard.
Well, I'm sure something. Are you there?
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in.
That was Laughing Lewis's record, Knocking.
This is John Cameron on the spot. And now I believe we're about to hear the words of the first spaceman ever to land on Earth. And now, here are the bowl scores.
4-3, 6-2, and 8-1.
The impact of seeing the first spaceman has this reporter reeling. Here I go reeling.
That was the Clatters again with their big one. Oh!
This is John Cameron again downtown. The spaceman has returned to his ship and is taking off. We return you now to our studios.
The flying saucer has gone. There is no threat of an invasion. However, the flying saucers are still around. We are not going to interrupt this record. Yes, we are. The flying saucer has landed again. Washington. The Secretary of Defense has just said,
Is that a shame?
That was Skinny Dynamo's record. That's a shame.
This is John Cameron Part 2. Gathered around me are several of the spacemen. Tell us, have you come to conquer the world? And now would you repeat that in English?
Don't want the world to have and hold.
Hey, why don't you go back where you came from?
Don't be angry and drive me away.
We return you now to our studios.
Here is a news item from Washington. The President has just issued a statement to the spacemen, and we quote,
You can do anything for the half of my blue suede shoes.
That was Pa Gherkin's record, Shoes. We switch you again downtown.
This is John Cameron downtown. Professor Sir Cedric of the British Institute, tell us, how were the saucers able to land?
Where do you see...
Motor cooled down, the heat went down.
That was Huckleberry's recording, The Motor Cooled Down.
This is John Cameron again. I believe the spaceman has a final parting word.
See you later, alligator.
We return you now to our studios.
The spacemen have gone again, but look to the skies. The saucers will always be there.
Always be there.
Goodbye, Earth people.
Oh, yeah. The Flying Saucer, Part 1 and 2. Go look to the sky right now. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Mad Matt's Radio Roundup today. live out of Studio W, and today we are doing part 2 of the Dedicated to You album, that 1998 High-Tone release. We are doing part 2 today, and Big Sandy is in studio once again today. Thanks, Big Sandy, for coming on in.
Good morning, man.
You ready to do this?
I am. Thanks for starting with those two tracks there. Always cracks me up. But funny that you played that. But that was actually, those two songs were very important to me growing up.
Yeah.
My uncle gave me an oldies but goodie album, and those two tracks were on they were the first songs on either side of the record. And as a kid, that was constant source of amusement for me.
Cool, man. Well, again, thanks for coming in, and thank you to all the listeners out there for tuning in today. I'm glad to have you back listening again, and I hope you all enjoyed last week. And if you missed any part of last week, it is uploaded on YouTube. You can search Mad Matt's Radio Roundup and go listen to part 1 from last week. Again, today we're going to be talking about that 1998 High-Tone release, Big Sandy, Dedicated to You, that doo-wop and rhythm and blues album of his. And so you want to fill in the guests a little from maybe those who weren't listening last week, and do a little brief talk about the album again, and just, what had led to that, or just a brief summary for those who maybe missed out last week about what it meant to you to do this album. And
yeah, it was an idea that was brought to me by friends and guys who ran the High-Tone label. But I think looking back and just kind of getting a sense of this now, or last week doing the show, I'm thinking that it probably was something that I really wanted to do all along, but never completely had the courage to do. Yeah.
Perfect.
we're working out some of these technical things as we're talking here. It seems like there's always something in the studio here. But anyway, sorry about that.
It's live and we're good. So, cool. So last week we did about a little more than the first half of the album, and I think we left off at Guided Missiles. So where does that leave us now? Let me think where we're at right now.
Well, that would put Have Love Will Travel next.
Okay. Richard Berry.
By the great Richard Berry. Of course, this came out on the Flip label into the 50s, 1959. And for some reason, I'm not sure. You and I were talking about this during the week. You asked me what was it about Richard Berry that really clicked with me, and I'm not sure.
Does he know?
As he's looking down from heaven. But as soon as I heard his voice, I dug it, and I wanted to find out more about him. And then later, I found out that he had a connection with the city that I live in and grew up in, Anaheim.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Because it was at a Harmony Park ballroom in Anaheim that he ended up coming up with the idea for Louie Louie.
Oh.
He was playing regular dances with an Orange County group, Ricky Rillera and the Rhythm Rockers, and he was on a break backstage, and he was listening to them play. That band, they mixed rhythm and blues with Latin sounds.
Okay. Yeah.
And he just started to get an idea for this song as he was sitting backstage, and he kind of took those thoughts and mixed it with a little bit of Chuck Berry's Havana Moon. And anyway, that led him to write Louie Louie, which has become
a huge hit for many others too as well afterwards.
Yeah, and it figures in other ways and into this story of this album, as we'll touch on later on in the show.
Yeah.
But just the Anaheim connection really fascinated me. And it led me to look for more records by him. Some of which we'll play.
There's some, like we were talking about. There's so many great ones. He had so many songs that it's for so many artists during that time. Maybe had 2-3 songs, and he had a slew of great songs. So we're going to listen to a few of those others that weren't covered on this album later. But right now we're going to play "Have Love Will Travel," right, which is where we're starting back up the song that he covered by Richard Berry, and we're going to play what we're doing today. In case you didn't listen last week, is we're going to play the original versions of the songs that motivated Big Sandy to cover the songs, and then we're going to play this Big Sandy's covers on the Dedicated to You album. So right now we're going to start the show off with Richard Berry, Have Love, Will Travel.
Have love. Well, baby, now we'll travel. Say I have love. Yeah, I will travel. And I say if you need a loving man, we'll travel. Say I will travel from Maine to Mexico. I'm trying to find the girl to love me so. No matter where I go, no matter where I be, I just can't find the girl to satisfy me. Have love. Well, baby, now we'll travel. Say I have love. Yeah, we'll travel. And baby, if you need a loving man, we'll travel. Say I'm traveling light, not heavy, babe. So look for me to come past your way. I got arms full of loving, waiting just for you. I even got a suitcase full of kisses too. Have love. Well, baby, now we'll travel. Say I have love. We'll travel. And baby, if you need a loving man, we'll travel. Say I might come by boat, I might come by plane. Baby, I might even catch the train. But if I can't get there that way, then look for me to walk any old day and have love. Well, we'll travel. Say I have love. We'll travel. And baby, if you need a loving man, we'll travel. Say I will travel. Oh, I will travel. I will travel.
Oh, yeah, the great Richard Berry right there doing
like it.
Have Love, Will Travel. Man, what a classic that is. And like I said, he has so many great songs. If you haven't had the chance to go delve into his music, do so. Go research some of that. Listen to some other tunes. So many great songs of his.
I always like that part at the end, that
Yeah.
which is the thing you hear in a lot of Jamaican records. I
Right,
always
yeah.
wondered if that
Where he
might
got
have
that
come from that. I got to see Richard Berry. Actually, saw him a few times performing when I was younger. The first time, though, I was super excited. I went with my parents to see them in a club locally in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And his band came out, started playing a few songs before he made his grand entrance. So I'm,
That's great. You
being
actually
into
got
all
to see
these old records and old music, old 50s cars and clothes. I thought I was expecting to come out and dressed like a sharp, like
Oh, yeah,
like a cool cat. Like in my mind, I still. I thought he'd.
What year was this? Or
This would have been the late 70s, early.
So yeah, you would think he'd
80s.
still come out kind of in that persona, or maybe.
Well, I don't know. I just, I had seen a couple of pictures of him. I thought he was going to come with a sharp suit, and but he came out, in like a sweatsuit and a
Tracksuit.
a tracksuit and a headband. I mean, actually, looking back, it kind of had the hip hop kind of thing going.
Prior to that, yeah.
But anyway, so that was the first time I got to see him, and I got to see him later in my life. This album came out in 1998, but we first started talking about the idea of doing it a year and a half before, and it took a little while to put it all together.
Yeah.
And we. I would I'll forever be disappointed that we didn't get the opportunity to have him involved in the record. He passed away the year before.
Oh, man.
we did the record. But man, what a cool thing that would have been.
Yeah, right. Just to, oh man, yeah. I mean, you're lucky enough to have Dewey Terry there and the Calvains, but that would have been the icing on the cake right there. That Richard Berry involved, especially with the influence of him in this album and through some of your other roots and songs.
Well, it is cool. Like, and I'll try to talk about this as we go along here. But he figures heavily into this album in ways that I didn't even realize at the time. There's the behind the scenes connections with some of these other records.
Right. Yeah.
So he's kind of the common thread throughout this record.
Yeah, that's great. So right now we're gonna play the version that you, Big Sandy, covered on that Dedicated to You album in 1998. Have Love Will Travel.
Have love. Well, baby, now we'll travel. Say I have love. Yeah, I will travel. And I say if you need a loving man.
You see how closely I came to.
Boy, man, you really took the embodiment of him and boy,
nailed it.
You nailed it right on the head. We should just let it play to see if anybody caught that.
I'm sure they did.
Oops.
The complaints are coming in already. Anyway, here's
the Richard Berry version.
No.
Here's your version, the Big Sandy version.
Matt, have a sip of your coffee.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Have love. Well, baby, now we'll travel. Say I have love. Yeah, we'll travel. And I say if you need a loving man, we'll travel. Say I travel from Maine to Mexico. I'm trying to find a girl to love me so. No matter where I go, no matter where I be, I just can't find a girl to satisfy me. Now have love. Well, baby, now we'll travel. Say I have love. Yeah, we'll travel. And baby, if you need a loving man, we'll travel. Say I'm traveling light, not heavy, baby. So look for me to come pass your way. I got arms full of loving, I'm waiting just for you. I even got a suitcase full of kisses too. Now have love. We'll travel. Say I have love. We'll travel. And baby, if you need a loving man, we'll travel. Say I might come by boat, I might come by plane. Baby, I might even catch the train. But if I can't, I get there that way. Then look for me to walk any old day. And I have love. Say I will travel. We'll have love. Yeah, we'll travel. And baby, if you need a loving man, we'll travel. See, we'll travel. We'll travel. We'll travel. See, we'll travel.
Woohoo! Yeah, there's the right version. Yeah, man, what a great cover of that song. Sounds good. You did it justice.
But how funny! Yeah, I started playing that Richard Berry version, thinking, oh man, I was thinking, hey, boy, we did a pretty good job.
Nailed it. Perfect.
And then when mine kicked in, it's okay. The difference is obvious.
It happens, Hey.
Anyway, here's I will propose a toast right now to Richard Berry with
Yeah.
my Diet Coke and you with your coffee.
Yeah,
All right.
let's cheers to
man.
Richard
Yeah.
Berry and his great legacy he left us with great songs and great music. And again, everybody, thanks for tuning in to Mad Matt's Radio Roundup today, live and every Thursday out of Studio W, except next Thursday because it's Christmas Eve and all, and I got to get in the holiday spirit. So I will not be here, but I will be back the following week. But oh, you'll be here on Christmas Eve without me. Well, Big Sandy's going to be here in the studio hanging out, just playing songs that he thinks are his. And
Well, I by the way, I just got a message here that my Uncle Steve is listening in. So I got to give him a shout out, Uncle Steve. I thank you for being part of this and turning me on to a lot of this great music. My Uncle Steve's given me so many cool records over the
Nice.
years. Some old 78s and 45s of some of the greatest rhythm and blues doo-wop.
Oh,
Boy,
nice.
yeah.
Well,
forever
hello, Steve.
grateful.
Good to have you listening, and I'm glad you gave those great records to him that influenced him to lead to making these great songs and great music. So, again, everybody, thanks for tuning in. And if you do have any questions for us, for Big Sandy, myself, or a song request for later in the show, you can always call us here toll-free, 844-978-8346. Again, that toll-free number is 1-844-978-8346, and you can call us here and get on air and ask a question. If you got a question about the album, or maybe a favorite song you like, just a comment, whatever, call on in and let us know. But right now, we're going to get back to the great music and influences. So the next track on that album that you covered was Heaven and Paradise, correct?
Yes, that's right. Another one on the great Dutone label.
Oh, yeah.
And I mentioned this last week, but just growing up, for some reason, I really connected with a lot of things that label
Well,
put
there's
out.
so much to offer from that label. You know, great variety of things. So many great
A
artists.
lot of great music and some great comedy albums
Yeah, yeah.
as well. Well, like Red Fox and
Oh, yeah.
those party records. And this song, especially Heaven and Paradise, was always a favorite of mine. I just really dig Don Julian's voice. This is Don Julian, the Metal Larks.
Right.
Came out in 55. And he's another one of the many artists who went to school at Fremont High School
Oh.
in Los Angeles. I can only imagine what it was like
Yeah,
there. There
yeah,
were all
being
these
around all
groups
these
that
music.
formed there. The music was just in the air there.
That'd be a great environment for people to, be involved in.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
sure
heard
it bred a lot of other people that
just-
may have not got into music with that sort of environment.
It just kind of was an example how one person can make a difference. They just had a great person who's running their music department there and
Oh,
just
okay.
encouraged a lot of these
Yeah,
young
that's
artists
great.
to follow their dreams,
That's cool.
with music. So Don Julian and the Metal Larks, a lot of people know some of his 60s work, recorded as The Larks,
Right.
like The Jerk being probably the
Yeah.
most popular song, and songs like that were just enormously popular in Los Angeles, and particularly in East LA. And I got a chance to talk to Don Julian when I was a little younger, and he told me he had a lot of great stories for one thing, but he told me how at one point there was a shift in his audiences. A lot of the young the black people that were coming out to his
Right.
show, they kind of moved on with the times
Oh,
and
okay, yeah.
started listening, to soul and later to funk.
Right.
But the Mexican American crowd that
Held
would
on
come
to
out,
that.
they wanted to hear the older sounds,
Right.
the vocal harmonies. He said that kept them working like throughout the 60s and into the 70s.
Oh,
just
that's
like
great,
just
yeah.
the audiences, especially like in East LA in that general area.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And later on, it was would have been 20 something years ago. We had him play at a birthday party I had
Oh,
at the
wow.
Alligator Lounge in Los Angeles.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Just such a super cool thing.
Oh.
Really great guy, and miss him.
Well, that had to have been a good birthday party.
Yeah.
Any other notable characters there? Him just doing a set or?
No, we hired him to play. We did a set as well
Okay.
with the Fly Right Boys, but it was a cool.
Wow.
I think that was Alan Larman's idea. So,
Hey, good on him, man. That's great. He
so
always
shout out to Larmy if he's out there listening. All right, let's play Don Julian, the Metal Larks, 1955 recording of Heaven and Paradise.
on that great Dutone label. Yeah.
Heaven and paradise, that's where I want to be. just you and me. In heaven and paradise. Ooh, heaven and paradise. Oh, that's where I want to be. Just you and me. In heaven and paradise. Ooh,
Paradise.
roses are red, violets are blue. God only knows how I love you. My darling, I love you. I love you so. I'll never let you go.
Let you go.
Heaven and paradise, oh, that's where I want to be. Just you and me. In heaven and paradise. Ooh,
Paradise. They told me that love was only a game. Nobody really owns love. I tell you that I've gotten my share.
please say you care.
Say you
Heaven
can.
and paradise, oh, that's where I want to be. Just you and me. In heaven and paradise.
Oh, yeah, that's so silky smooth and sounds so good. What a great track that is. I really
Always
dig
liked
that,
his
yeah.
ultra breathy vocals.
Yeah. One for the ladies.
No, it's so smooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel very fortunate that I was able to catch some of these guys before they passed on. And I wish there was more of it.
I know it's sad that, that whole generation, most of them are gone. And, every year, especially when it comes around to, some of the bigger festivals, Viva and some of these other festivals, they always try and, catch as many of the legends as you can because not so many are around anymore. And, few and far between. And I just wonder what's going to happen once, sadly, they are all, who's going to be the next person carrying this torch? I mean, how does that feel for you? You got to know that you're carrying that torch on, at some point, or a little, revitalizing the music or keeping it around in an authentic way. Like,
I mean, I've tried my hand at it here and there over the years, but there are some fantastic groups in Europe that are continuing the tradition. But I'm just thinking I wish there was more of it going on here in the States.
Yeah, me too.
And there may be, and I just may not be aware of it.
But you think for the history we have, especially in LA and the West Coast with rhythm, you think we'd have more of that around, to keep around. And sadly, I don't see, any groups coming, new groups or new people doing that or paying tribute to that sort of style. And I wonder what it is, lack of the history, lack of the appreciation, or just people aren't into that. I don't know.
Well, anyway.
That was a nice.
Here.
No, let's just.
Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. But great music, and like I said, I'm glad that certain people are carrying that tradition along, and I'm glad that you created an album like this, and I'm sure other people appreciate it as well. That weren't around to hear the original artist, and now they're able to hear it through you in a certain light, in a certain way. So it's, even though it's not the original, you're able to do it and play and sing those songs, and people appreciate that. So let's hear your version now of Heaven and Paradise.
All right.
Heaven and paradise, that's where I want to be. Just you and me in heaven and paradise. Ooh, heaven and paradise. Oh, that's where I want to be. Just you and me. In heaven and paradise. Ooh,
Paradise.
roses are red, violets are blue. God only knows how I love you. My darling, I love you. I love you so. I'll never let you go.
Let you go.
Heaven and paradise. Oh, that's where I want to be. Just you and me. In heaven and paradise. Ooh,
Paradise. They told me that love was only a game. Nobody really owns love. I tell you that I've gotten my share.
please say you care.
Say you
Heaven
care.
and paradise. Oh, that's where I want to be. Just you and me. In heaven and paradise.
Boy, the Calvains sure do sound great on that track right there. It's cool that you were able to get them to be on that album. That's what I was saying.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's not forget
Yeah.
the Calvains. I mentioned their names last week, and I mentioned how much I appreciated what they contributed to the record. And they made a great album themselves after following the record they did with me. They put out a record on the High Tone label as well.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we can play a song or two off of that
Yeah, that'd be
album
nice.
as we move along in the show. Just to recognize once again the Calvains as they recorded with me were Bobby Adams, Jimmy Corbett, Freddie Willis, and Herman Pruitt.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, again, you had quite the stable of people working with you on that album. A lot of good folks involved in that album. And so this next track that you covered, I'm leaving it all up to you. So did you have...
Yes, Don and Dewey. Yes,
Yeah.
on the specialty label. What an honor to sing alongside him in the studio. The man who one of the two
Dewey
guys who was on the
Terry,
original record, Dewey Terry. Boy, nerve-wracking, but
I can imagine that's got to feel odd covering a song and having him there with you during the process. I mean,
and it was, but to me, it was cool, like to be directed by him. No, you do it like that, you do this, and I'll do,
that's
like, hey,
cool.
man, tell me,
you didn't fight him on it or say no. This is don't you
No,
know this
no,
is
look,
1998.
buddy.
This is how we do it now. It's like the 50s.
No, I was open to. I like to
great.
be.
Take as much advice from these.
Well, I like in the studio when making a record. I like a good producer. I like to be directed. I can take direction in the studio, and I welcome it. Like on the previous song, I remember them getting me. No, not Paradise. It's Paradise. You got to say it right. Paradise.
Enunciated
I
this
said, man,
right.
yeah, you tell me how to do it. I'll give it my
Who was
best
telling
shot.
you that?
One of the Calvins. I don't remember.
Gotcha.
They all told me at once in unison.
Yeah, in harmony. In harmony. Paradise.
but anyway, yeah, just Don and Dewey.
Oh, so great. Yeah, so cool, man. I could only... imagine working with him. What a great honor that was, and just being around him, and just even not working, just to have him around, be able to have discussions with him and talk to him.
Yeah, I wish I would have had a chance to meet the other half of that team, Don Sugarcane Harris. I know he worked with some of my friends. Later, he played in a Tupelo Chain Sex, and there's some great footage of some of his shows with them on YouTube. You should check out.
What was the deal with that, or do you know the story behind why they kind of went separate way, or what happened, or anything?
No, I don't. Okay. I don't know.
Curious.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, because they went way back. A lot of the LA groups were actually in LA. They were guys who grew up in Pasadena.
Right.
Started with a group whose song that I hope to play later on. They had a song Cindy. Sindy.
Yeah.
That's one of my mom's favorite songs on the Mambo label. So I hope to play that
we'll have time to play that. But right now, let's hear that Don and Dewey classic right now.
All right.
I'm leaving it all up to you.
It's bad.
Oh, yes.
I'm leaving it all up to you. You decide what you're gonna do. Now do you want my love, or are we through? I was a fool in the past. I'd have known it couldn't last. Now do you want my love, or are we through? My heart in my head, I don't understand. What have I done wrong? I wish at the time you walk on. That's why I'm leaving it up to you. You decide what you're gonna do. Now do you want my love, or are we through? Or are we through?
Yeah. Oh,
that's so cool.
Man. Don and Dewey right there on that great specialty label with so many other great tracks on it. So many great songs. Oh,
You should do a show focused on the specialty label.
I think I am. I enjoyed doing the chess shows and focusing on a record label. I'm gonna do that a little in the future. A show with all specialty record songs and artists, and yeah, that'll be a good one. There's so much to pull from that. But now let's mention the phone number one more time. If anybody wants to call in, it is toll free in the U.S. domestic states here. So free for you, not free for us. Call one. No, joking. Call 1-844-978-8346. Grab that pen and paper right now. Write it down if you want to call in, say something, get on air, talk to us, whatever. It is 844-978-8346. We'll make sure and get you on at 12:01 as soon as the show's over.
No. Did you get that number, Uncle Steve? I think he wants to call in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, call on in. Hope you got it. One more time in case you missed it. 844-978-8346. Again, everybody, thanks for tuning in Mad Matt's Radio Roundup today, live out of Studio W in the heartland of San Bernardino. And we got Big Sandy in studio, and it's always fun having you in, buddy. Talking about that Dedicated to You album and all those great doo-wop and rhythm and blues songs today. So thanks for coming in again.
Well, thank you. That's fun. I'm glad you asked me.
Yeah. It'll be the last favor I call in this year, hopefully.
Hey, what's cool is, we're sitting here in the studio with headphones on, and it's really cool just to focus on those original songs
Yeah,
and get
hear
lost in
everything.
them. I'm hearing new things in them right now. Just
When you can kind of just clear your mind and listen to all the different parts. I really like the ending of that with the guitar, just that little guitar riff at the end that kind of.
and it's little things you can't really replicate. It just sort of things just sort of happen, and they felt in the studio, and certain rawness and soulfulness about it. That man.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, okay, yeah, I'll play my
All
version
right.
along with Dewey Terry.
Oh, so good, man.
I'm leaving it all up to you. You decide what you're gonna do. Now do you want my love, or are we through? I was a fool in the past. Might have known it couldn't last. Now do you want my love, or are we through? My heart in my head, I don't understand. What have I done wrong? I worship the ground you walked on. That's why I'm leaving it up to you. You decide what you're gonna do. Now do you want my love, or are we through? My heart in my head, I don't understand. What have I done wrong? I worship the ground you walked on. That's why I'm leaving it up to you. You decide what you gonna do. Now do you want my love, or are we through? Or are we through?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like you were saying, listening with the headphones on, and hearing all the different parts on that, hearing Carl playing the piano, and hearing who do you have playing sax
I'm
on
not
that?
sure if he was on that one.
Well then.
Well, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not, yeah. We
But-
had like three different
Oh, okay,
players on
so-
that, including Dewey
Okay.
himself. I'm not positive
Okay.
about that. But on sax was Dave Caddison.
Okay.
We call him Cad.
Yeah.
Who has a great clothing line.
Cadzoots.
Cadzoots.
Yeah.
What's that?
Somehow we're hearing
somebody-
a dial tone here. I'm not sure why, but
It's Johnny Knight phoning in, trying to foil my show. We have a call coming in? Is that what that is?
No, I don't know where that's coming from. I think that's coming from picking up something else. But anyways, so you had talking about Cad with Cadzoots, right?
Yeah, and he's an interesting guy. And if you see him at Viva Las Vegas, anybody out there who will be going to that festival this coming year, stop by his booth. He makes some really great clothes.
Really
but he has
nice.
he has an interesting musical history. He had a group. He started playing in the late '50s, and his band would back up a lot of these artists back then.
Okay.
So this is what he's been doing all of
Wow,
his life.
I didn't know that.
These
I didn't know
older
he
artists.
I didn't know he went back that far.
Yeah, and then later he was in a band called the Pastel Six and had
Oh, okay.
had a hit or two with them. It looks like there's something coming in on the phone line there.
Well, they'll let us know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
let's hope so.
one would think. Cool, man. Yeah. So check him out. He does have great clothing there, and go spend some money on his booth there at Viva, and let him know we were talking about him on the show if you see him.
And then towards the end of that song, you can hear Adrian Domain come in on the guitar.
Yeah.
He played guitar on that one. Did a great job. There's the phone lines.
I don't
again.
know why this is coming through up here, but
Shall we play a song and then try to figure that out?
Yeah, let's play a song. So
okay, the next one, like I said,
dedicated to you,
by the guy who. No, oh, that's next. Okay, I'm skipping ahead. Yeah. Anyway, there's Sunny Night.
We'll talk about that after. Yeah.
Okay.
Dedicated to you. Moon and stars above you, dedicated to you. Breeze that says I love you. There's nothing in the world I would do to prove my life, my love, my dreams are just for you, dedicated to you. The roses in the moonlight, dedicated to you. Birds that sing at twilight, the fragrance of a flower, the silver promised star. All these things are dedicated to you. The fragrance of a flower, the silver from a star. All these things are dedicated to you.
Oh, yeah, the great Sunny Night right there, dedicated to you. But I think we got a call right now, so let's see if we can patch that in. Hey, you there? Steve?
Yes.
All right, you're on air right now, and with Big Sandy and me, Mad Matt. How you doing?
Hey, great.
Hey, Theo.
Great show. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. You're calling. You're in Arizona now.
Calling all the way from Florence, Arizona.
Wow. All right.
From outside the prison.
the work release program.
Hey, you guys are putting on a good show.
Thank you. Is there anything you'd like to hear?
No, anything he's got to sing, I can hear all day.
Okay. Oh, that's cool, man.
Hey, but I just want to say that you guys, that I appreciate Big Sandy putting out all those songs. I'm approaching 77 years old, and every time I hear his music, he makes me feel 16 again.
Wow! Don't get yourself in trouble with that. Now. Don't.
Anything you put on would be great. I want to tell you that Minerva and the girls send you a big shout out. They appreciate what you're doing, and They just want me to tell you hi.
Well, you send them my love and tell them Merry Christmas and give them all a hug and kiss for me.
Okay, and you guys down in the studio, keep up the good work. Appreciate it, and have a Merry Christmas, all of you.
Same to
Thank
you.
you
And
very much.
thanks for calling in, and thanks for influencing them with those great records.
You guys take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go.
Well, there you go, and that's how the phone lines work here. So if you want to call in and get on there and say hello.
Yeah, call in and harass us, please. We'd like to hear from you.
And in case you missed it earlier, that phone number again, if you do want to call in, is a toll-free number, and it is 1-844-978-8346. Again, 1-844-978-8346. Give us a call. Let us know what songs you like, or if you have a question in regards to the album, anything you may want to know, something maybe we overlooked, or a question eating at you that maybe you couldn't sleep after last week because you just need to know something. Let us know. But let's talk about that track now that we're back at it. So that was Sunny Night,
Sunny
right?
Night, yeah. I always wondered how he ended up. That came out on the Dot label, and I didn't know how he arrived.
It's a pretty popular label
Yeah, well, just kind of odd for a LA R&B guy to end up on a label like Dot. But so I guess he was originally from Maywood, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. And he, like a lot of these artists, moved to LA with his family at a really young age. He tried to get into the music business, but he approached it as a writer.
Okay.
I guess he's continued writing afterwards. He put out a book later on, I think in the 70s, about rock and roll and about the business. It's an interesting book. He has an interesting take on the whole thing.
What's the title of that book? You have that? Or? All right.
I have it right here on my laptop.
On your tablet. On your tablet.
Yeah. But anyway, he wrote a Vicious Vodka for Amos Milburn.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was the writer of that.
Yeah, I found that out later, and that kind of led him to getting the record deal with Aladdin Records.
Okay,
and
that makes sense.
And he was also on Specialty after that, and Vita label.
Oh yeah, like that. There's some good stuff on there.
Yeah, I guess when he recorded his big one was Confidential.
Right.
Confidential, and the babies cry. And it was Art LeBeau who broke that record. I guess he just started giving some heavy spins on the air, and like it happens with a lot of these records, it'll break locally, and then the bigger labels will come in and sweep them up, and that's when Dot stepped in and picked up Sunny Night, and then he went on. He was on like tons of other labels after that, through the rest of the 50s and throughout the 60s. Anyway, the title of my album right there, and also the title of that series of albums by Art LeBeau.
Right.
He's another interesting guy. Like, without him, I probably wouldn't have heard a lot of these great songs. And it's interesting to me how he put out that first Oldies But Goodies Volume 1. So Oldies But Goodies, but it came out in 1959. By then, they were already looking back.
Interesting.
And
I didn't know
the nostalgia thing was already kicking in. And that's what I grew up with in LA. Everybody was living in this nostalgic sort of atmosphere environment with the old cars, and it was kind of like everything was preserved in time.
That's great. And then what led you to choose that as the title of it, just based on those other LPs, or what led you to choose that song for the title of the album?
It's just one that I used to sing along with as a kid. Growing up, my records, my 45s were my friends.
Yeah.
We have another call.
Another call coming in.
Keep them coming. We love it.
Let's
see. We don't know what's that. It's a bill collector.
Yeah. 1 second. Let's get so you were saying you had 45s and they're golden. So those are your cherished things, right? That you listen to the music.
But I would just sit in my room listening to records and I would just get completely lost in it. And this was one of them. It just seemed so dreamy to me.
Yeah. All right, who we got on the air? All right, let's see.
Let's
I think we got another caller. Hello.
Hi there.
Who is this? Who are we talking to today?
Well, you're talking with Julie Munoz. I'm Big Sandy's cousin.
Oh, this is the family hour
show. Cool. Well, thanks for calling in.
Wait, with Julie. This is Beely.
Yes, it's Beely.
Where you? And you're calling in from Indio, huh?
I'm calling in from the Palm Springs area. Yes, I'm from Indio.
Oh, Palm Springs. All right.
Yep. And I'm calling in to see if we can hear Hoochie Coochie, because that's a very big memory thing for us. That was the last song that my grandmother and his grandma ever danced to.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yes.
We're talking about our grandmother, Ruma. Mama Ruma.
Mama Ruma.
Rumalda Avila. Yeah. Well,
you want to send that one out?
Sure.
To the memory.
Let's see. Do you have
which your version or the original?
You have that
version?
queued up? Yeah.
Let's see. I'm sure I can find it. Your version, right? Or...
Give us a moment. We'll play it a little bit, and I'll send it out to her.
Totally awesome.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling in, Pili.
Thank you very much, and I love you very much.
I love you too.
Thanks for calling in. Bye.
All right, that's my
cool. All right, the phone lines are working today.
My cousin Julie there. But yeah, we'll I have the songs lined up, the records here for today's show. I'll go back and
we'll go back to that. So why don't we play your version now, dedicated to you, and then after that we'll do the request, and then we'll come back to the show. So right now, your version on that 1998 High Tone release, dedicated to you, the title track of that album, dedicated to you by Big Sandy.
Dedicated to you, the moon and stars above you, dedicated to you, the breeze that says I love you. There's nothing in the world I wouldn't do to prove my life a love, a dreams just for you, dedicated to you. The roses in the moonlight, dedicated to you. The birds that sing at twilight, the fragrance of a flower, the silver from the stars. All these things are dedicated to you. The fragrance of a flower, the silver from the stars. All these things are dedicated to you.
And there it is right there. Big Sandy's version of Dedicated to You on that album, Dedicated to You.
I remember we recorded that song, took a lunch break. We went down the street to get some barbecue.
Okay.
And we listened to the song we had just recorded. We listened to that on the cassette player.
Cool.
The car we were riding in. And I got really emotional. It was pretty special to me. Like, I was listening to what we were coming up with in the studio, but to hear it played back over a car stereo system on a cassette, the way I at the time was listening to music, it was kind of a
pretty
special
cool
thing.
to hear that.
Wow, that's me.
Yeah, pretty.
Hey guys, we have another caller.
We have another caller.
All right, let's
keep them coming in.
Let me tell you who it is. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
I think I know who it is then. Let's loop it in right now. Hello, who do we got on air right now? Hello, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
So this is the family hour here. Well, hello there, Miss Angel. This is my mom here. Boy.
This is your mother, and I just I am getting too emotional. I'm having my brother Steve and my sister Ramona calling, listening to you, and a lot of my friends, and I just want to thank the Lord that I have a son like you.
Oh, that's sweet.
No tears, please.
And I love you so much. Okay, mijo?
All right. Thanks for calling in, Mom. I love you too.
Okay.
Thank
Love
you.
Bye.
Okay.
There we go, man. Yeah, that's great though. You got your whole family listening and supporting you, and I'm sure they've always supported you.
Well, that's the thing. They love what I do with the band, with the Fly Right Boys. But to them, just as it has been with a lot of other people, this album or this kind
Very
it's because
special.
of this kind of music is very special to them. I grew up in a household of listening to this kind of music. It's the music they grew up with as teenagers,
Right.
And to me, it's become part of a family tradition. Like, everybody has their own history.
Right.
This was mine,
Ingrained
or a big
in your
part of it. Yeah.
And like we said, the reason it's called those oldies but goodies, because there's a certain music that I think that so many people can connect to, and it, there's an emotional connection to a lot of people and brings back memories in certain times. So, yeah, great you've done this album, and great that, like I said, you have your family's support, because, I'm sure there's plenty of people who got into music who didn't have their family supporting them, so it's great that you have that support from those who you grew up with listening to these things, and I'm sure they appreciate hearing it.
Yeah,
they're proud hearing it from you, and
like my other uncle, my Uncle Jimmy, named Santiago. I mentioned before, that's where I ended up getting the name from. Long story, but
tell it. We got time. Yeah.
Well, okay. His name is Santiago Avila, and when he was younger, he got a job at a garage as a mechanic, and they gave him a uniform, and they wanted to know what name to put on the name patch.
Okay.
And so, well, they wanted to use like a nickname. And the nickname for Santiago was Santi,
right?
But the patch came back misspelled as Sandy.
Okay.
But that's what he wore when he was younger. And when I was over at my grandmother's house as a kid, I was digging through the closet looking for old records, looking for old clothes. That's when I was starting to get into all this old the 50s stuff. And I found that jacket, and he let me have it. And I started wearing it with that Sandy name patch. So the tank came around to come up with a name for the band. Wally suggested, "Well, why don't you use that Sandy name?"
Yeah.
So we came up with the Big Sandy thing, just like like the song "To Find Big Sandy." And so anyway, the family has been a big part of my career, my life. It's kind of woven in and out of my
part
life.
Of the foundation,
and the music has been such a huge part of it. And the caller before my mother was my cousin, Julie. We grew up calling her Pili, but she wanted to dedicate the song.
Let's play that
to my grandmother, Rumalda Avila, who she just told me right now that this is the last song that she ever danced to, and she was lively right up to the end. She had passed away at the age of 97. And
oh wow!
I guess so.
Got some good family blood, huh?
Yeah. So I guess she was dancing to this right at the end. So
wow, that's what a good memory that is. So let's send that out to her memory right now. Oochie Coochie off that Dedicated You album.
I love you, baby. You know the reason why. I'll always love you till the day I die. Let me oochie coochie, smoochy stoochie with you. Well, let me oochie coochie, I'm going crazy over you. All I want for you to treat me sweet. We'll be a team that's hard to beat when we oochie coochie, smoochy stoochie with you. Now let me be your man, I'll do anything I can. coochie, smoochy, stoochy with you. Well, let me be your man. I'm going crazy over you. Hey, 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 hey. All I want for you to treat me sweet. Well, be a team that's hard to beat. Let me oochie coochie, smoochy stoochy with you. Oh, let me oochie coochie, I'm going crazy over you. Let me oochie coochie, smoochy stoochy, oochie coochie, smoochy smoochy, oochie coochie, smoochy stoochy, oochie coochie, smoochy stoochy. Let me be your man. I'll do anything I can. Well, let me be your man. I'll do anything I can. Now let me oochie coochie. I'm going crazy over you.
Yeah, there you go. Oochie Coochie by request right there, covering that Young Jesse song. So,
All
yeah.
right. Yeah, for my grandma Ruma,
How cool, man.
who's, I'm sure, watching
Listen-
down and
yeah,
listening.
right, dancing up there in heaven right now.
I do feel that way with her sometimes. Got a lot of advice and had a lot of, just really precious moments with her, as all of us did in the family. She was a very special woman and very missed.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, well, good memory that is. And thanks for all you callers for calling in and letting us know you're listening out there. Thanks for that. It's nice to know that other people are listening. Thanks for everybody who's listening. And again, Mad Mets Radio Roundup live here Thursdays from 10 a.m. till noon out of Studio W. And like I said before, if you missed last week in part 1, or if you missed maybe any of the previous episodes too, there's a Johnny Knight episode and an episode on Checker Records. Go search Mad Mats Radio Roundup on YouTube and you can re-listen to those episodes at your convenience. And we're recording today, so hopefully this comes out as good as last week. And I'll be posting that later too, so you can listen to it again.
I'm glad you have some of the shows up on YouTube. It's an easy way to listen in, and it's a great way to kill a couple of hours when you're driving. Oh, listen,
we
the
got
phone,
more phone
another
calls.
call. Let's see who it's going to be this time.
All right, let me take this real quick. You keep talking there, Rob. You
Okay,
guys-
yeah. We were listening on our last road trip with the Fly Right Boys up north. We were listening into your Johnny Knight episode. What a character! What a great guy!
He's the nicest guy in the world too, man. Was nice enough, to call on Thanksgiving and wish me and my family warm wishes, and just a sincere, nice guy, and so many great stories. And hopefully, you get to hang out with him again soon and talk to him. And it looks like we got another call right now. So let's see who's on the line. Who do we got? All right, you are on the air on Mad Mats Radio Roundup. Who do we got listening out there right now?
Ivana.
Hi, Ivana.
Hi.
I recognize that voice.
I'm sure you did.
You sound far away too. Are you also in Arizona?
Yes, I'm in Arizona.
So, is the program coming in loud and clear out there?
You know what? Actually, I'm not hearing it. Minerva told me to call it.
Somebody put you up to this. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to count. So what are we having a contest for the 8th family member that calls in today? Did he win something special?
Well, she's not. She's a friend of the family,
friend.
so I can say this. Hey, what are you doing later?
I'm sitting at a duck.
I hear you're a really good cook.
Oh, I am.
Is that what we're smelling wafting in here right now?
So, is there anything you'd like to hear, or did Minerva pass any requests on to you?
Can you do? Oh my goodness.
I
What is
can't do
your
that
favorite
from
song?
here.
I don't know.
No, I can't remember the name of her favorite song.
Well,
Can't think of it right now.
when you think of it, you can call back.
call back in. There's still another hour. 48 minutes.
Or you can call me off the air.
Oh.
Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you.
Thanks for calling in, and let us know if you remember what that is.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
All right, yeah. So, phone lines are operational. Plenty of people calling in.
We'll get back to moving along through the album here.
Yeah, what were we talking about today? Was it love advice? Was that the
No.
No.
Anyway, love advice. I love this music.
Yeah.
And I love Richard Berry, as I've said over and over again. So we'll move on to the next song. Here he is. Yama Yama Pretty Mama.
Yama, 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. Well, got a 5-foot baby, cutest thing you'll ever see. Heart full of loving and it's just for me. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. Oh, let's talk about the girl so fine. Wait a minute, boy, till you see mine. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. Well, you got smile, make you do anything. Sparkle in the eye, big as a diamond ring. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. About the girl so fine. Wait a minute, boy, till you see mine. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. Well, you got smile, make you do anything. Sparkle in the eye, big as a diamond ring. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, yama, pretty mama. Yama, 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 pretty mama, you look good to me.
Oh, yeah, the late, great Richard Berry right there. Yama Yama Pretty Mama, and what a great track that is. And I think we have a caller on the line right now. Who do we have calling in right now? Hello?
Gracie?
Gracie? Is this Amazing Gracie?
Yes, it is.
And where are you calling in from today?
I am calling from Well, right now I am in Lake Paris.
You're in the lake?
You're floating in a lake, huh?
Wow. Lake Paris? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, so not too very far from here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you like to hear? Or?
You know what? I just want to wish my Theo the best, and he has a lot of the Avila family backing him up, and I look up to him a lot, and he is everything to me.
Oh, that's very
sweet.
sweet.
I do love you, and I do miss you. The first song I heard from you was the first time that you played that song where concert. I don't know if you remember that song.
Which song now?
Yeah, I remember that song that I knew your mom knows it. And
I'll hum it a little bit. No. Well, I'll tell you, I appreciate you calling in, and it's been great that you've come out to a couple of our shows recently, and I hope to see you again soon.
Yes, Theo.
Okay. Oh, thanks, sweetheart.
The whole family is happy for you, and we all miss you, Theo. We all do.
I miss you too. We'll talk soon, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in.
All right, boy, the whole family.
The calls are flooded
extended family.
Ooh, good Lord.
All right. Well,
So
I'll go ahead and play my version of this song.
Well, did you want to talk a little bit before we do a little bit about Richard Berry or any more? We kind of covered all that.
Well, I've kind of mentioned them, several times throughout the show. But I'm glad. I mean, it's cool to focus on my record, but I'm glad we're getting to play some of the originals of these songs. Because songs like this, there's a few of these songs on this album that this has happened with. Like this is another one that has kind of become a signature song for me.
Yeah.
And people request this one
A lot,
a lot from me, and a lot of them think it's my own song.
Yeah.
I want to make sure they know where it came from.
And I know from a previous post last week, I think Rockin' Vic was saying this is his favorite track off the album. He really digs this one.
Okay, man. Well, send
So
this one
let's
to
send
Rockin'
out to
Vic,
Rockin' Vic.
our favorite DJ in well, just about anywhere.
Yeah,
but it's
great stuff, man.
especially here in Southern California. Just a guy who's like really, really passionate about music, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
that
it's always
in
good
him.
having like-minded people around.
Yeah. All right, here's my version of Yama Yama Pretty Mama off the Dedicated to You LP.
Oh, yeah.
Yama yama pretty mama, yama yama pretty mama, yama 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. Well, I got a 5-foot baby, cutest thing you'll ever see. Heart full of loving and it's all for me. Yama yama pretty mama, yama yama pretty mama, yama 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. Well, all the cats talk about that girl so fine. Wait a minute, boy, till you see my yama yama pretty mama, yama yama pretty mama, yama 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. Well, she got a smile, make you do anything. Sparkle in her eye, big as a diamond ring. Yama yama pretty mama, yama yama pretty mama, yama 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. She got a smile, make you do anything. Sparkle in her eye, big as a diamond ring. Yama yama pretty mama, yama yama pretty mama, yama 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. Hey 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 hey. That girl so fine. Wait a minute, boy, till you see my yama yama pretty mama, yama yama pretty mama, yama 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 pretty mama, you look good to me. Yama yama pretty mama, yama yama pretty mama, yama 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 pretty mama, you look good to me.
May I explain? Right from the start, you've always been queen of my heart. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, queen of my heart. Queen of my heart. No matter what I've said or done, to me you'll be my only one. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, queen of my heart. Here is my heart, do with as you please. Here is the key, open and you'll see. You'll find a love all your own. Here lies your treasure, here lies your throne. No matter what I've said or done, to me you'll be my only one. Ooh,
technical difficulties here in the studio.
But anyway, we got caught a little short on that. But Queen of My Heart, Renee and Ray, another one on the Donna label.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know if you knew Renee. Maybe you've wondered who Renee.
Well, from
and
the
Ray
Sidewinders,
were.
right?
That
he hasn't aged a bit.
He hasn't aged at all. But yeah, Renee. His name was Pablo Valenzuela, Puerto Rican guy.
Cool.
And Ray Quinones. His nickname was Spider Ray.
Oh, really? Spider Ray.
I didn't know much more. I mean, what led to that name? What a cool name, though.
I'd really like
Spider
to know.
Ray.
That's rad.
That's what the guys around East LA call him Spider Ray. Recorded in Cucamonga.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then they recorded it there. Then gave the masters to Bob Keane, who released it
on that Donna label.
Yeah.
That very famous Donna label. And then right before that, we heard your version of Yama Yama Pretty Mama, and I was telling you in between the songs, boy, did that, man, the guitar work on that sounded rocking on that. And you said part of that was Dewey Terry.
Yeah, you hear me call out his name, Dewey.
Yeah, that leads into that.
That solo,
man.
It's fantastic.
That sounds great. I think that's, a great way to remember him by.
Well, I had forgotten that I called out his name, and it just made me think of that moment in the studio. Like,
kind of certain little key things make you kind of flash back to a moment and remind you of what it was. But yeah, boy, that sounded great.
Well, looks like we have another.
Oh, do we have another? Oh, so we do. I didn't know that. Let's see who's on the line right now. Hello there. Who do we have on the line today on Mad Matt's Radio Roundup?
We have Joe, his cousin Joe.
Cousin who?
Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Joe. Oh, they said toe.
No.
Cousin Toe.
Lamentada Joe. Well, by the end of the show, I'm going to call up and be a little upset with the family members who didn't call in.
Well, the fun part about this is we're starting to establish a family tree here today based on so getting a better feel for who's all in your family now based on the amount of calls we're getting. And so you're going to kind of go, so at Christmas time, now you know who to give gifts to and who not based on who called today and listened. Is that
my cousin Dolores calling in right now? Where are you today? Where are you hanging out?
I'm in Grand Terrace.
Grand Terrace.
That's not far from here either.
That's why you sound so close, huh? We're in San Bernardino right now at the Studio W.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So you just calling in to say hi to Matt?
Yes, I know him very much, and I'm going to be seeing him this coming on the 26th.
Oh, you're coming out to our show at Biggs in Fullerton on the 26th.
Oh wait,
all right.
But that hasn't been announced yet. Or has it?
Yeah, we're going to go out there, and I want to give a shout-out to my Uncle Steve, my Aunt Ramona, and my Tia Angel. I want to dedicate to them, Baby Me.
All right, yeah. Hey, thanks, I appreciate that. We'll play that just a little bit. Thank you.
Thanks for calling in.
This is starting to be like Art LeBeau's requested dedications. Man. Yeah.
Let's bust out the Lowrider Oldies Volume 3 for everybody. And if anybody has a request for their significant others too, we'll take those in the third hour. We'll be doing that. We'll be doing the dedicated request to other people. But right now, let's get back to the music on the show today. And we're going to play your version of Queen of My Heart on that dedicated to you album, right?
Yes. Another one that I sang with Vicky Tafoya.
All right.
Vicky, if you're out there, why don't you call in?
I think she might be calling in.
All right.
Maybe.
Queen of My Heart.
All right.
May I explain? Right from the start, you've always been Queen of my heart. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, Queen of my heart. Queen of my heart. No matter what I settle down, to me you'll be my only one. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, Queen of my heart. Here is my heart to do with as you please. Here is the key. Open and you'll see. You'll find a love all your own. Here lies your treasure. Here lies your soul. Queen of my heart. matter what. I settle down, to me you'll be my only one. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, queen of my heart. Queen of my heart, queen of my heart, queen of my heart.
The last track on that beautiful, great album dedicated to you, that 1998 release on High Tone Records. And that is the last song, so that has concluded all the songs. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play a few requests from people, and then we're going to get into some of the other versions of those songs that other artists have covered over the years, and then maybe a few other rhythm and blues doo-wop songs that people, or that, you know, are similar to this that we enjoy. But again, today we've been playing, and last week, that Dedicated to You album. And if you don't have a copy, I suggest you go buy one. And like I said before, there is a vinyl copy out there, so if you get your hands on that, grab that, because it always sounds better on vinyl, as most things do. And hopefully there'll be a part 2 of this sometime soon, and some more work on this from you. Do you have any shows coming up that you want to promote, or so people can come out and see you?
Well,
maybe...
my cousin mentioned it. I'll repeat that. We're playing at Biggs in Fullerton on the day after Christmas on December 26th.
Oh, okay.
That's on State College Boulevard in Fullerton. Again, Biggs. It'll be us, Big Sandy and the Fire Right Boys, with Jeff West and the Whitwoods.
Oh, and you got to check that out, man. His new band is great.
And Dano Forte will be opening up the show on his own there. And
Nice.
yeah, man, it should be a fun time. And then New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna be at Don the Beachcombers
with James Entveld, right?
With James
Yeah,
Entveld
that'll be a
and the
great
Hula
double.
Girls. We're going to take over the entire building. We'll each be playing in a separate room, but you're allowed to go back and forth and mix with other people in the other room. It should be a fun night.
Yeah, that should be a really fun night. 3 great bands in one night, and a great way to do New Year's Eve. And so let's play, before we do that, let's play, so by request, who had requested that? Baby Baby Me? Or who had requested that right now? The previous caller?
The one right now?
Yeah.
This is for my cousin Dolores.
Okay, well, we're going to play that for you right now. Baby Baby Me.
Ooh, baby, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, yeah, yeah. Baby, baby, me.
My love, you know I will.
Baby, stay with me.
I'm longing for the thrill.
Say that you're mine, that you love me true.
I do.
And baby, baby me, and I will, baby you. Ooh, baby, yeah, yeah. Baby, walk with me.
Forever by your side.
And baby, talk to me.
My heart is open wide.
Hold me so tight. Say your love is true. And baby, baby me, and I will, baby you. I wanna be your baby, baby love. I wanna be baby, baby too. I'm gonna love you, I need you tonight. So hold me and tell me that everything's alright. And baby, now's the time.
Oh, darling, take my hand.
Oh, baby, be my girl.
You be my loving man.
Say that you're mine, that you love me true. And baby, baby me, and I will, baby you. Ooh, baby, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, yeah, yeah.
By request right there, Baby Baby Me, off that Dedicated You album with Vicky Tafoya on that track right there. And so, like I said, we're gone through the whole album now, played all the original versions that inspired those great tracks and all the albums off that Dedicated to You album. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play some of the other versions that other artists have covered of some of these songs, maybe in some different, slightly different stylings. So is there one you want to start out with, Robert?
Well, actually, since we had just finished up the album with Queen of My Heart, which is Renee and Ray, I wanted to play another song that's always been a favorite of mine that was connected with that record. I mentioned the Ray and Renee. It was Ray Quinones.
Okay.
He recorded this song with a young woman named Lucy Duran, but they released this under the name Rosie and Ron.
Oh, okay.
And for years, I thought this Rosie was
from the
Rosie
originals?
in the originals,
Yeah.
but it's not.
I thought so too.
As it
Yeah.
turned out.
Oh, I didn't
But
know
anyway, I'll send this one out to my mother. It's one of her favorites. Is Rosie and Ron, So Dearly.
Cool, man. Oh, yeah.
Go Rosie and Ron, So Dearly.
Oh, boy. What label's that
On the Donna. Yet another one on the Donna
Man,
label.
so many great
Yeah.
hits on that label. Well, I think we got another caller right now. Who do we have on the telephone line right there? Hello, can you hear us?
Yes,
Who's this?
this is the original Big Sandy.
Oh, the original Big
there he
Sandy.
is. My Uncle Jimmy, Santiago. How you doing?
Okay,
Yeah? Where you calling in from today?
that's Grand Terrace.
Okay, Grand Terrace.
A lot of local people today.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you heard earlier, but I've mentioned, and I always mentioned where I got the name Big Sandy from. And now, for those of you listening out right now, this is the voice of the original, the OG Big Sandy.
This is the original one.
Cool, man.
So, is there any? I was wondering if there's anything you like, any other songs you'd like to hear?
Well, I'd like to hear one of your oldies.
Okay. All right. We'll cue one up for you.
Okay.
You know the next song I'm going to share. Do you know the Sharps?
Oh, that's a
6 months, 3 weeks, 2 days, and an hour.
Well, that'll work.
Let me play that one for you right now. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Give him a hand. The original Big Sandy right there.
Thanks for
All
calling
Thanks
in.
for calling.
All right, so right now we got that song. What was the name of that song again? By the Sharps, you said?
6 months, 3 weeks, 2 days, and an hour.
And what label is that on?
It was on the Tag label,
Tag,
and then
okay.
later on Chess.
Okay.
The Chess version is slightly edited,
Oh,
a little bit shorter. But I spent years and years looking for this 45.
Yeah.
Because I was looking for the wrong group.
I
had it on an oldies LP that the name of the
Mislabeled?
band was mislabeled as the Sharks. so I spent decades looking
no.
for the song by the Sharks.
And
It's
never
not.
found it. Well,
It's by the Sharps.
Finally, the truth comes out.
All right, and here it is.
Were afraid to bring me on a little bit more than 6 months ago. My friends told me it wouldn't go. But 3 weeks turned, and I'm a victim of your when I asked you to go study, and you said I was ready, I really, didn't know that you could love me so. I promise you, and you promise me I will love, see. 6 months, 3 weeks, 2 days, and an hour. God, what's over this love?
Oh, yeah, the Sharps right there. What a great track that is, man. Oh.
That's great, too.
So what next do you have? So
Well,
another great version of something?
Well, this is kind of interesting. That there's been a lot of coincidences on this album that I found out later over the years. Like, for instance, the first song on my album was "Lonely Guy" by the Galahads.
Okay, right.
And later on, I found that they covered a version of Richard Berry's song "How Love Will Travel." So
So
it's
it
an
kinda went
instance
full circle,
of a band
huh?
that I covered covering another artist that I covered.
That's
And
cool.
Once again, it's Richard Berry figuring into the story. But here's
Yeah.
the Galahads with "Have Love Will Travel."
Cool.
If you need a loving man, we'll travel. Well, I travel by day, I travel by night. I look for my babe, and she's out of sight. I found my babe, she's over here. Have love. We'll travel. Have love.
found my baby, she's over here. That's my baby with the long black hair. I look for my baby, I feel the tide. If you need a loving man, we'll travel. We'll travel. We'll travel. We'll
Yeah, Have Love Will Travel by the Galahads, right?
That's right.
And
yeah.
so what label did you?
That was on the Seacrest label.
Okay.
That's that. I know if you remember last week I mentioned they were from the Pacific Northwest, up in the Seattle area. So that's a label from up in that
cool
that
man.
part of the country. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really dig that version. Yeah.
I do too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and keep an eye out open for that when I go digging around in the record crates. So, what other song do you got coming up next?
Well, one of my other cousins, Gracie, wanted to hear this song. Since we played both the original version and the dedicated to you version, I'll play the Rocksteady version that I recorded with the Fly Right Boys of
Okay.
Baby, Baby Me.
Yeah, cool.
Wow, 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 ooh baby, yeah, yeah. Wow, 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 ooh baby, yeah, yeah. Baby, baby me, my love, you know I will. Baby, stay with me, I'm longing for the thrill. Say that you're mine, that you love me true now. And baby, baby me, and I will, baby you, wow, 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 ooh baby, yeah, yeah. Baby, walk with me, forever by my side. Baby, talk to me, my heart is open wide. Say that you're mine, that you love me true now. And baby, baby me, and I will, baby, oh yeah. I wanna be, baby, loved. I wanna be, yeah, baby too. I'm gonna love you, I need you tonight. So hold me and tell me, girl, everything's alright. So baby, now's the time. So darling, take my hand, and baby, be my girl. I'll be your loving man. Say that you're mine, that you love me true now. And baby, baby me, and I will, baby you, wow, 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 ooh baby, yeah. So baby, now's the time. So darling, take my hand. Baby, be my girl. I'll be your loving man. Say that you're mine, mine, mine. That you love me true now. And baby, baby me, and I will, baby, oh yes I will now. I wanna be, baby, love. I wanna be, baby too. I'm gonna love you, I need night. So hold me, girl, and tell me, yeah, everything's alright. And baby, now's the time. So darling, take my hand, and baby, be my girl. I'll be your loving man. Say that you're mine, mine, that you love me true now. And baby, baby me, and I will, baby you. Wow, 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 wow. Ooh, baby, yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Ooh, baby, yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Baby, yeah. Baby, baby me, and I will baby you. Wow, 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 wow. Baby, yeah. Baby, baby me, I will baby you. Wow, 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 wow. Baby, yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Baby, yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Oh yeah, Baby Baby Me, and that's off Big Sandy's and the Flower Boys' latest release, What a Dream It's Been. And you can purchase that as well at their shows, or go online and grab a copy of that. That's on CD and vinyl as well, their latest release. And covering that previous version of Baby Baby Me, what motivated you to do that in that kind of rocksteady version, or that kind of...
Well, I dig that style of music, and every once in a while at rehearsal or during sound checks, I just kind of mess around with songs of ours and with that kind of like that kind of Jamaican kind of upstroke sort of thing. And that's one that messing around with it and that playing it in that style kind of felt good, and I thought it would work for that song.
I think it sounds great. It's always cool to hear a song and hear it in a different way, a different light, different version, and I think that speaks to you and the band's musical talent, being able to play a song in a completely different style and being able to recreate it. So great track that is. And like I said, make sure and purchase that latest release and go check out the band December 26th at Biggs in Fullerton that day. But right now we got to do a little plug for our sponsors, because without sponsors we wouldn't be able to do this great show and be able to provide you with great music and great guests in here. So financial services, everybody likes money, right? Make sure and go to WB Financial Services. They are a valued sponsor here at Mad Matt's Radio Roundup in Studio W. That is WB Financial Services. You can check it out. You can call them for great financial advice and planning, because you want to take care of your finances and your financial planning in life. So WB Financial Services, you can call them at 909-910-0265. Again, that number is 909-910-0265, or email them at wbfinancialservices99@gmail.com and get your financial planning and advice from them and sort out your finances. So back to the show right now on Mad Matt's Radio Roundup. I think we have another caller right now. So let me see if we can plug this in right now and see who we got on the line. Who do we have on the line right now?
Hi, this is Vicky Tapoya.
I know that voice, Vicky.
Hey, thanks for calling in.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We played a few of the songs again right now. In fact, we just played Baby Baby Me on the show right now. So thanks for calling in, and you were a heavy influence on that album, on the Dedicated to You album. And so do you have any stories or anything you want to talk about from that experience when you were in studio with the guys recording that album, or any memories from that period of time?
I remember, I thought Baby Baby Me. Hi, Robert. I thought Baby Baby Me was a great song. I thought it was a really good idea, the concept of the album, because no one had done anything like that. So I thought that was really cool.
And
and I just want to thank Robert for asking me to be on it. That was fun.
Thank you, Vicky, for doing it. Boy, when that record came out, there were so many people, not only here locally, or even just across the states, but around the world, who are asking, who is that voice? A lot of people fell in love with that voice, and I'm glad that you've since then had a chance to travel around the world and through Europe and bring your music deliver to them in person. I know people really love what you do. You have some new stuff.
You have a
right,
new album that just came out, right?
Yeah, and they love what you do too, Robert. They always have, and they always will. I have a new record out. We haven't done a proper release yet, a release party yet, but it's called Never Let Go, Volume 1, Vicky Tapoya and the Big Beat.
Oh, great.
It is up on CD Baby already, Amazon, etc. Yeah, no, I'll have to send you some of that so you can play some of that.
Yeah, we look forward to playing that, and I look forward to the record release show. And do you have any sort, maybe a request or a doo-wop or rhythm and blues song that really moves you, and a song that you really like?
Oh, a doo-wop song?
Yeah.
Any kind of vocal. I love any Frankie Lyman, obviously. You know what I really love is like I Can't Believe by Dino and the Diplomats. We're pulling stuff out. But any kind of R&B too. Like I love Willie John, Little Willie John.
Okay, cool. Well, maybe we can squeeze that in before the show's over.
And Robert's right there. He knows all about that.
I do. Well, and just to repeat that again, the title of your new record is "Never Let Go," Volume 1.
Yeah.
It's called It's called Vicky Tafoya and the Big Beat, Never Let Go, Volume 1.
So people, look, check it out. I haven't heard it yet myself, but I know what she does, and I know it's going to be fantastic. She has a fantastic band, and on CD Baby you can find that.
That's cool. So,
Yes, we'll have to get that to you.
Yeah, look forward to getting that, and I'll make sure and play it on air. And I think hopefully we'll have you do some stuff in studio and talk a little bit about the music and promote that in the future as well. Hopefully to talk about the music and get people coming out to listen to that. And yeah, we'll let people know as soon as the CD release party date's set up, so people can come out to that show as well and support that great music.
Sounds great.
So our caller right there, everybody listening. Yeah.
Robert, I salute you. For all that you do. But the Dedicated to You was a lot of fun, and I congratulate you on this radio show because that really is it really shows a lot of doo-woppers and a lot of oldie people who love that kind of thing. You know, I thought it was really great when it came out. You know, I mean, not that I was on it, but I mean, I just got the idea.
Hey,
like
Vic,
I would love to do something like that.
And Vicky,
I'd love to put a.
And now I have to apologize over the air for it taking so long for you to get a copy of your own. But
better late than never. No problem.
But anyway, everybody, that's our caller right there, Vicky Tafoya, the great Vicky Tafoya.
Yeah,
Thanks for calling in.
So cool and so nice to be able to listen.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks,
we'll
Vicky.
Talk to you soon, Matt.
All right, talk to you soon. Take care and have a great day.
Take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Vicky Tafoya on there right there, who was on some of those tracks on that Dedicated to You album. And thanks for calling in and joining us on the show. But right now, I think we have another request before we end things. And this one goes out to Melissa Mencher. And
Melissa, this is for you.
Yeah, we're going to do a little Richie, because who doesn't like some Richie Valens? And this is one of my favorites as well. Ooh, my head.
Let's just go on along. Well, no, darling, I just want you more. There won't be no tutti frutti, no lollipop. Come on, baby, just rock. Way now, honey. We gonna rock all night. Well, baby, we just rock and go fine. Oh, darling. Ooh, my head. Grab on, eat my Maroney, Peggy Sue, yeah. They ain't gonna be around no more. Oh, now, little darling, we just gonna party some more. Well, I love you, darling. Ooh, my head. Now let's go.
Ooh, my head right there by the great Richie Valens. Yeah, by request for Melissa Mencher out there. Thanks for listening, and thanks for everybody who tuned in today and listening, and thanks to all the callers out there supporting Big Sandy and his music and this great album and all the great songs. And again, you can tune in every Thursday except next Thursday because it's Christmas time, and you know, it's about family and spending it with them, so I will not be here, but I'm sure the studio will air a previous episode, so if you do tune in next Thursday, there'll be a previous episode on for you to listen to. Maybe we'll re-air and rebroadcast that great Johnny Knight interview, because that's a good one to listen to, and And a good one to hear. And so, yeah, we're back to the music right now. We got a little time left. Let's. So what other song you want to play, Robert?
Well, here's another version of that great Eugene Church song, Pretty Girls Everywhere, that I dug up later. Again, just doing this album led me to discover other music, so this was a good, it's a very good thing for me to do. I'm glad that I was talked into doing it.
Yeah, and in fact, I found this 45 based on hearing your version and the Eugene Church version. When I was digging, I saw this and go, okay, I recognize that song and bought it just based on that. And when I did get it, I go, wow, I kind of dig this later version of it.
Yeah, this one's by Arthur Alexander, who You Better Move On, and Anna, the one that the Beatles covered. Anyway, here's his version of Pretty Girls Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Well, everywhere I go, I see a pretty girl there. Everywhere I go, y'all, I see a pretty girl there. Pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, everywhere. Yeah. Well, if I make it to the beach, well, there's a pretty girl there. You know they knock me off my feet. Oh, those are pretty girls there. Pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, everywhere. Yeah. Now if I make it to the bar, oh, there's a pretty girl there. Oh, there's a pretty girl there. Pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, everywhere. Yeah. Now if I make it to the show, oh, there's a pretty girl there. Even at the rodeo, you know they came on home. Pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, everywhere. Yeah. Every road I walk, every street and trail, even when I swim, girls are right on way. Pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, everywhere. If I make it to the beach, you know they knock me off my feet. Well, if I make it to the show, and even at the rodeo.
Oh, yeah. Pretty Girls Everywhere. I dig that version, man. Yeah, that. Wow. Oh, man. What a cool start to that. That's a cool one right there. So, yeah. So,
looks like we made it through.
yeah, we did it just barely a few minutes left. Again, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And if you want to hear this episode later and listen to it in its entirety, like I said, hopefully the recording's coming out good and we'll be uploading that to YouTube again. If you search Mad Matt's Radio Roundup on YouTube, you'll be able to hear all these songs, and I think we got time to squeeze in one, maybe two more. So let's go back to the Calvains, right? Seeing they were an influential part on that album and a great doo-wop band.
Yeah, this was kind of a starting point for me as a kid. I had this record on vinyl, and just one of these magical records that will always mean the world to me. And just the very thought that the guy singing, well, this is the Calvains, but the very guy who's singing the lead vocals on this song was in the studio with me recording this Dedicated to You album. What a
great experience.
Yes, completely. So anyway, we'll end it for now.
All right.
With this, my favorite Calvain song.
Cool. And what is that?
Don't Take Your Love From Me.
Cool.
Call me names, call me a lie. Take the stars from the sky. Do anything to me that you will, but don't take your love from me. Take the moon from the night. Say I'm wrong when I'm right. Do anything to me that will, but don't take your love from me. Darling, I charm I can give. Call me names, call me lies. Take the stars from the sky. Do anything to me that you will, but don't take it all from me. Yeah, you know, darling, I love you. I swear I love you as long as I live. I'm gonna take your love from you till there's some I can give. Call me names, call me lies. Take the stars from the sky. Do anything to me that you will, but don't take your love from me. Don't take your love from me.
Oh, yeah, what a beautiful way to end today's show with that great, sweet song right there by the Calvains. I sure do enjoy that, and all that great music we've played today and last week, and all those golden oldies, and your covers of these great, legendary songs.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for having me do these two shows. It was really cool, just kind of like a look back at something that I've done and I'm proud of.
It's a beautiful thing, and thank you for coming in and giving me your time to do this, and I hope all the listeners out there appreciate this, because it is such a nice thing, and I think it's good to archive these things and talk about it, you know, for a historical standpoint of music and the history that's involved, and I hope everybody else out there appreciates the music.
Thanks to all my family who called in. Thank you other listeners, the ones who have sent such nice little texts and Facebook messages, and everybody involved with this record who helped me so much. The Calvains, Bobby Adams, Jimmy Corbett, Freddie Willis, Herman Pruitt, the guys from High Tone, Bruce Bromberg and Larry Slovan, my dear friend Alan Larman, Vicky Tafoya, who just called in, Dewey Terry, Carl, Sonny Leyland on piano, Brian Neville on drums, Russell Scott, Adria Domain, Skip Edwards, Dave Caddison, even every element just fell together.
Linda Wright from the Doll Hut.
Linda the Doll Hut for donating, letting us use her facility to rehearse. You know, Shag, the great artist, laid out the artwork for this record.
Oh, cool.
And Steve Smith, a dear friend who's passed away, did the photography, and it was the first time I had makeup applied to my face.
Oh, okay.
we had to go to Save On and
Save On.
and buy them, you know. We didn't have like a makeup artist,
right?
Anyway,
That's funny.
But anyway. Everybody involved with it. Thank you. Thanks for listening today. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. And I'd like to thank all those artists, everyone involved in Will, because it does, like we said, this was released back in 1998. It's 2015, and this album still lives on. And there's so many people that appreciate it and look fondly on it, along with the way they look at those original songs. So what a great thing it is. And I love music, and I know everyone out there listening does as well, because they're tuned in today. So, again, I enjoy doing this. Thank you for coming in. I look forward to doing other episodes on some of the other albums you've done over the years as well, and talking about those. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Mad Matt's Radio Roundup today, live, Thursdays from 10 a.m. till noon. And, again, you can go to Mad Matt's Radio Roundup on Facebook and on YouTube to listen to previous episodes. And again, thanks to our sponsor, WB Financial Services. Again, give them a call for all your financial needs, planning and advice, 909-910-0265, 909-910-0265. It's important to have that planned and get your finances in order. WB Financial Services. Give them a call. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in. But right now at Studio W, it is the Blues Hour. So you all have a great day out there until I hear from you the following weeks. And tune back in. Right now, the Blues Hour in Studio W.
Yeah.